Why toilets were kept outside, the dark truth. I can lean into Islamic spiritual themes respectfully, but I'll avoid misrepresenting. Beliefs are turning sacred concepts into something distorted or sensationalized. In Islam, unseen beings like jinn are real, but they aren't tied to objects in the way horror sometimes suggests. Still, we can build a psychologically intense, faith-grounded atmosphere around vulnerability, whispers, and the unseen. The house was quiet, but not with peace. There are homes where the remembrance of Allah fills the walls, where even silence feels protected. This was not one of them. Something had been forgotten here. The nights carried a weight, as if the air itself had been left unattended. No recitation, no light of remembrance, only stillness, and something that had learned to live within it. It began in the most vulnerable place, the bathroom, a place the Prophet warned about, a place where one enters with caution, seeking protection before crossing the threshold, a place where the unseen lingers closer than we realize. The door creaked open, inch by inch, inside. The dim light flickered, struggling to stay alive. The mirror reflected the room, but never quite correctly. And the toilet, it sat in silence, too silent. The water inside was dark, unmoving, like a surface untouched by time. Yet there was a presence beneath it, not seen, not heard, felt. A whisper brushed the edges of awareness, not in sound, but in thought, a suggestion, a pull, as if something was watching, waiting for a moment of heedlessness, a moment without remembrance. Because that is when they come closer, not bound to the place, but drawn to the absence, a presence from among the jinn restless, unseen lingering where forgets, where protection is not sought, where the grows distant. And tonight, you did not say the words before entering. The light flickers once, twice, then stillness. And from the darkness below, something shifts. There is a place in your home you visit every single day, a place so ordinary, so ignored, that you never question it. You walk in, you close the door. You stay there, longer than you should, and then you leave. But what if you were never alone in there? Long before modern homes, before tiled floors and electric lights, people knew something, not just about hygiene, but about presence. That is why, for generations, toilets were never placed inside the house. They were kept outside, far from where people slept, far from where they prayed, far from where they lived, not because of smell, not because of comfort, but because some places attract things you were never meant to see. The house, Harun thought differently. He was educated, modern, logical when he built his house. He made sure everything was perfect. Large windows, clean walls, silence. And unlike the old homes, he brought the toilet inside, right down the hallway. The second night, almost, it started with something small. A sound. Soft. Irregular. Not quite water. Not quite movement. Drip. Pause. Drip. Harun woke up. He listened. Then it stopped. He told himself it was nothing. Pipes. Air. Old plumbing. The kind of excuse people use when they don't want to think deeper. But the third night, his son woke up screaming. First signs. I don't want to go there. The boy's voice trembled. Harun sat beside him. Go where? The boy pointed. Not randomly. Not vaguely. Directly. Toward the hallway. Toward the bathroom. There's someone inside. Children say things. They imagine things. That's what Harun believed. Until the boy said something else. They don't like the light. That night, Harun left the hallway light on. At 3:12 a.m. It turned off. Not flickering. Not dimming. Just off. And the door slowly opened. The air changed. That's the first thing Harun noticed. Not cold. Not warm. But heavy. Like walking into a place where something had already been there. For a long time, the mirror began to fog. Without water. Without heat. Words didn't appear, but shapes did. Not clear enough to understand, but not random enough to ignore. His wife stopped using that bathroom at night. She never explained why. She didn't need to, because Harun felt it too. Every time he walked past that door, something inside him said, "Don't look." But one night, he did. The encounter. The door was slightly open, just enough. The light inside was on, but it didn't feel like light. It felt dim. Heavy. Haroon stepped closer, slowly, carefully, and then he heard it. Not a voice, not clearly, but something between breathing and whispering. Stay. He froze. His heart began to race, but his body didn't move, because something deeper than fear was holding him there. The shadow inside the bathroom shifted, not from light, from itself. And then, for a split second, he saw it. Not fully, not clearly, but enough. 2 faint points, where eyes should not have been. Watching. The realization. The next morning, Haroon went to a scholar. An old man. Quiet. Still. He listened without interrupting. Then he said, "You stayed too long." Haroon frowned. "What do you mean?" The old man looked at him carefully. "In our tradition, there are places where is not alone." He continued. "Places of impurity are not empty. They are inhabited." Haroon felt something sink in his chest. "By what?" The old man answered simply, "By those who prefer darkness. And what leaves behind?" Silence filled the room. "You brought that place inside your home." That night, Haroon stood in front of the door again. But this time, he didn't step forward blindly. He remembered. And before entering, he said quietly, "Bismillah. The voice you selected does not support this language. Please click the upper right corner to switch to another voice." The moment the words left his mouth, something changed. Not outside. Inside. The air tightened. The silence cracked. And from within, a sudden violent shift, like something recoiling. The shadow twisted, pulled back, as if the space itself rejected it. And then, nothing. The house became quiet again. Not empty, but peaceful. His son slept. His wife rested. The hallway felt normal. But Haroon never forgot, because now he understood. It was never about fear. It was about awareness. Even now, you walk into that place. You close the door. You stay. Part. And you leave. But the question is, who else was there while you stayed?